Hey Austin, you know what's funnier than episode 24?
I don't know, man, but let me hear it.
25.
God, this is a way to open an episode. Alright.
Welcome to Average Talks. We are two incredibly average individuals, and this is where we talk about things. My name is Justin. I am one of your hosts, and I am joined here by the other host, Austin. Say your greetings.
Hello, I'm Austin. Greetings, Earthlings.
Today we are playing Hearts of Iron 4. Or I am playing Hearts of Iron 4.
Yes.
And
I'm staring at my WAV file, as I usually do.
yeah.
Yeah. Then my topic's off to my left.
So someone who's actually decent at this game is probably gonna watch and judge me, but I don't care.
Justin, that would mean people would have to actually listen and watch to our videos.
Very correct. I didn't even think about that.
At this point, it is just a fan-made project that we are somewhat passionate about. If I can get over my micro-depression. And actually send these things out and edit them. Which I will eventually. It's probably going to be a tomorrow thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a lot of editing tomorrow. I got like 4 episodes to edit.
Oh my god.
It is, what fucking month is this? June?
It is July.
July. It is July 14th, when we are recording this. So, yeah. 2020.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
Been pretty good. I think I've had a fairly productive, maybe not, I guess week. I don't know. We'll be getting into it. I'll be talking about the things and stuff.
Gotcha. Cool. Well,
Yeah, right now I'm trying
to
manage all my units, so it's like a whole thing to do it while talking.
Oh, okay.
But
Sorry.
But fear not, or worry not.
I worry not. You have this under control. I'm just looking at your topics right now, and I some of them interest me greatly, and I don't know if we want to save that first one for the end.
So the first 4 are all one. Like,
Yeah, that whole 4 right there.
Yeah.
Just save that for the end. I will ask you, how are you? You're basically famous now. Do I need to start treating you differently, or what do I need to do?
Dead air.
Dead air.
So
Dead air. Dead air.
yeah. So you could treat me differently. But actually, what happened there was the YouTuber Tabris, the Modern Warfare 2 revivalist guy. He posted a video. Oh my god! I just realized I have to manage all my units in France too, or not in France, in Africa.
Oh no.
But he posted a video about being like quote unquote hacker, using cheats because he's actually just good at the game. And so
Were you in it?
I was in the intro where I tell him to turn on his aimbot, and then he does enable aimbot.exe, and then he starts wrecking, and then I actually was the final kill on that map.
That's pretty funny.
In that game, it was pretty funny.
So how does that make you famous, other than you were in a YouTube video?
That's it. I was in a YouTube video of a guy who has.
You've been in 24 of them.
The difference is this guy has 8,000 subscribers.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh god, I have to manage a navy. This is a bad choice.
You should restart then.
No.
Okay then. Can he manage all of the Navy, Africa, and all of France, while also podcasting at the same time? You will find out this week.
If I'm lucky, all of France will revolt. Or not France, all of Africa will revolt.
that would be good for you?
Yeah, then I don't have to manage as much.
Oh, okay. Dead air. Dead
Yep.
air. Dead air.
Am I supposed to carry it or you?
No, it's your turn.
Oh, well then. Um, how much do you have to say about your new wallet? Like, is that a...
It's actually a fair bit.
Oh,
I found some interesting differences.
is it from the ridgewallet.com?
No, it's not actually. So we're backing up a little bit. I work at a liquor store, and one of my people that came in, he a very interesting guy. Talked to him a bit about just like random sports stuff and small chat and whatever. Turns out he has a 3D printer, and so do I, and so that was one of our jumping off points. His backup wallet was this beard money clip thing that looks like a beard, but is also a money clip. I'm like, that's fucking dope. That's awesome, dude. He goes, yeah, I got it from some like Dollar Shave Club thing, whatever. Don't really use it. I'm like, oh, that's still cool though. I was, yeah. I got this new wallet, this new like trifold wallet, so I'm gonna keep using it. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, do you want it? I'm like, but it's yours though. He goes, I don't really care about it. I'm like, all right, fuck yeah, sure. So I have this like mini wallet, and I had to, cause you see my big ass trifold wallet at some point probably.
Yeah,
big
I think so.
big thick thing. Like, I had to switch to now a money clip. And how to switch from that to from big trifold wallet was trifling. I will say that. As I had to essentially boil down everything into like 5 or 6 cards. And then a little bit of money. But I will say it has a definite improvement over sitting on that versus sitting on a big trifold ass wallet. Because like, I used to lean a little bit when I sit. Now I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, I don't have a lot of money. I never carry around paper cash. It's all cards. I just had a lot of useless fucking cards in my goddamn trifold.
I do that. Although now I don't really, but yeah.
But it's nice. Like, it's only 6 or 7 cards thick. And, like, I have my debit card, credit card, my... what is that thing? Driver's license, voter card, and like 2 other things that I can't remember off the top of my head, and I don't know where it is at the moment. The one bad thing is I do lose it fairly quickly, unfortunately, because it's not some big thing that I can just find. It's just somewhere in my room. I'll find it again. It's on one of my many tables.
Oh man.
But yeah, that, and it just is nicer. I feel like a smaller, thin wallet is better to not have a lot of like butt problems, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My one fear is either losing it, or 2 fears: losing it, and also it warping my cards, which it doesn't seem to be doing. But I do have that fear, so that's why I'm like not putting a lot of cards into it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm seeing the UMP Dream is still live in MW2. How's it going?
Yes. So, update on that because I actually never. I don't know if I ever told you. So, at one point when I was doing my UMP only stuff, I joined a lobby where some dude was hacking like crazy. Like, I was like, "Are you having fun? Like, is this?" It's like, what's enjoyable out of this? And he's like, the enjoyable part's the fact that I can, or the like finding out that my mod works or something like that. And I was like,
Okay.
all right. And then I leave the server, and I find out that I've suddenly changed from level 61 first prestige to level 70 10th prestige.
Oh no.
And I tried
no.
everything I could to change it. I even found that guy again, contacted him. I was like, I messaged him. I was like, hey, can you change my prestige to 8th prestige? Because at this point, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And when he did that, it started to or it said that everything was unlocked, but then it didn't unlock everything. So, like, that was good, I guess, but, like, it seemed like all of his stuff was, like, temporary somehow. Like, it would, I don't know. He managed to make me level 70 10th prestige, but now anytime I have tried to fix it, it hasn't worked. So I was like, well, whatever, I guess I'm just level 70 10th prestige in Steam now. I can just dig around, and that's what I do now. I have a few of my fun classes. Like, I've got a knifing only one, I've got a stealth class, I've got a troll class. I have all those that I focus on, or that I use just for some amount of entertainment. But yeah, so I ended up, or I started using IW4X as well, which is the other, like, private server kind of thing. And on that, I decided, or I was thinking, like, once I get level 61, I could probably just start doing the UMP stuff again. And I found a few servers where I could gain XP pretty quickly, or extremely quickly, against bots too. So I started doing that. I started gaining XP from those. And once I got to, like, level 50, I was like, alright, I gotta, oh god, I just noticed one of these.
Go back to
things.
Using USB or UMP.
Yeah, so what I did, so, like, I started unlocking things in the UMP and Glock 18, so that once I got to level 61, I would have the class that I was using, and that's exactly what I did. And now I am back on the grind from level 61 to 70, and until then, I can't use anything else but a UMP as my primary weapon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, I guess. I don't know, I just gotta grind.
Is it still fun to do that, though? Like,
yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it cut off in Discord.
Oh.
You're probably a master at, like, fucking aiming down sights with that shit by now.
With a UMP, I use a Kimbo.
Oh, so you don't.
So
okay.
I'm a master spray and pray.
Ah, okay. I would thought at least at some point you'd had what should we call it? I don't know. Just start aiming down sights and whatever to deal with a lot of your projects.
I did have those like classes too with UMP, but once I realized that I did decent, like, actually in that video that Tabris has on that map, it was Rust. In that match, I was using a UMP with an ACOG for the memes of, because we were doing cursed classes, so a UMP with an ACOG, it's like one of the most broken guns in the game, mashed with like the worst possible attachment. And so I did that, and I had to make an important decision. But oh god, I have to. All right, I'll say all this, and then I will choose my. Actually, I got it. Okay, so yeah, I had unlocked the thermal scope in that, so, like, I got it really quickly and easily, so I was like, alright, I definitely can't. I mean, I'm in a position where, I mean, the UMP is just good enough anyway, but I'm competent enough with a UMP that I can do something like using ACOG on it and it not actually affect my performance with it. But the UMP is just a broken gun anyway, and yeah, it's there are a lot of people who just get mad when someone else is using a UMP, and
I don't understand. Like, I understand the UMP is fucking broken. Like, I get that aspect of things, but why get mad? Just fucking use the UMP.
It's the same people who get mad about noob tubing and quick scoping.
It's not, okay, that's true. I get mad about noob tube, so I don't know. What I'm mad about noob tubing is too. Like, I feel like I just die. I have no chance of fighting.
Yeah, because especially when they have danger close, so then they don't even have to be accurate with it.
Yeah.
I gotta put the screen over the Spanish Civil War so people can watch that. But yeah, so the dream of doing an entire 1 to 70 with level or with the UMP being my primary weapon is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I love how I have 3 topics and you have one massive ass topic that will probably take up most of the time.
I don't know. I guess it is a story. So what we're gonna do is all of your topics at once. Rapid fire.
Cool.
Tell me about your making tiles.
Okay, so Black Magic Craft is an awesome YouTube channel that helped me get started in the very crafting aspect of, well, just making shit for D&D when it comes to physical terrain and whatnot. That's kind of why I made my big old magic board. I wish I had a magic board.
It's like a Ouija board, but a little less fun.
Just magic, actual magic, and not fucking fake ass magic. But me making my big old terrain piece, I was like, I want to build something small now because I've done the big thing. Let me go small and not waste so much money. The one of the things that he was always talking about is like make tiles. I'm like, oh, I'll make some tiles, and I made these like wood tiles that I've posted in other Discords, and literally the very first thing is like, dude, these are some what is with these weird chocolates, and what's with this Kit Kat bar, this strange looking Kit Kat bar, which they're not fucking wrong, but I can be mad at it. Like, god damn it, I didn't realize it looked like a Kit Kat bar, because I'm trying to do wood paneling, and my wood paneling is like, because there's an inch for every 2 boards. That's how I get like the lines, you know? And then I have nail holes going on the horizontal versus the vertical to show off, okay, this is an inch tile, or this is an inch space. So it's clear to see, it's like, okay, this is what this is. But it looks very similar to the Kit Kat bar, because it's got 6 instead of 5, or 4. I think a Kit Kat is 4, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I know. So, but people are like, ooh, extra long Kit Kat bar. I'm like, no, not Kit Kat bar. I think if I were to put them all together and like make the grid out of them, then people will understand. It's like, oh, okay, that's what this is. But everyone looks at it and just goes, oh, look, it's a Kit Kat bar. But it took me like 2 days to do, and it was a fun process. I learned that I need a Proxon table instead of a shitty hot wire that I have, because the Proxon table has a guide. It will be super easy to cut things at certain inches and whatever, and measurements. So yeah, that's probably my next big purchase after I get done with rent. Or at least saving for rent. But yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How happy are you about going to sleep on time for once?
Dude. They made my next day so much better. I'm browsing YouTube as I usually do when I get home from work and whatever. I just taken a shower, I was relaxed, and then I passed the fuck out around like 1:30 and woke up around 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, what's happening? You ever like wake up and you're not drunk but you feel drunk?
Yeah.
As you just like stumble and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I saw the time, I'm like, I'm going to bed. And I just like walked over and just flopped onto my bed. Didn't even turn off the light. And went to sleep and woke up around like 8:30, like super well rested. I'm like, I feel great. Like, today I'm going to kick ass. And then I looked at the time. I was like, oh, I don't have to go to work until like 1:30. And so I went back to bed. Went back to bed, woke up around 10:30. I'm like, all right, now I can start doing things. So yeah, it makes your day better. Because my usual dumbass stays up till 3 and 2 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. It was nice. Go to sleep on time, kids and adults. Go to bed. Go to bed at a reasonable hour. You'll feel better the next day.
Oh, that actually reminds me of a dude in Gex, one of the moderators, actually has, he had two, panic attack, or he had two panic attacks, but, he didn't realize they were panic attacks. It was, he had the symptoms, but it wasn't like he was actively panicking over something. And so, he ended up going to the hospital and, trying to figure out what was going on. And in a series of events, he basically realized, or, they ended up doing a sleep study on him, and he inevitably found out that he has sleep apnea. And so today he was able to get a CPAP machine, and he's happy about that because it's probably going to be his first good night's sleep in who knows how long.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What were you saying?
I'm just surprised that you make strange friends over, internet communities and whatnot, and you start to care for them, actually care for them.
Yeah.
Because, you become friends, and I don't know. It's very strange to me, but also, I've done it, so it's what the fuck?
Yeah, there's, actually one of the other moderators of Gex, I just told him about, I told him about possibly getting a job with Valerie's work, and I sent him, Valerie sent me their careers page, and he, and I think he applied, or at least intends on applying.
Awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, what is Characters Welcome?
Okay. So this is my recent binge as of 3 days. Characters Welcome is a stand-up improv thing? I don't know. It's some recordings of just people doing their bits and skits and whatever. Some of them are pretty fucking funny. Do you remember the guy who, he does, the messages from, what the fuck was it? Jewel and, Amazon and whatever. I think it was College Humor or something.
It sounds familiar. Can't think of anything.
Well, that dude, he was. I saw one of the things. And I'm like, wait, that's the dude. I wonder if he's funny or is just I don't know, if his scripts are funny. And apparently he writes his own stuff, which is pretty great. And the comics that are from Characters Welcome are pretty good. And I need some funny in my life, so I started watching them. I think my favorite so far is a Civil War ghost. A still haunted Civil War ghost. And it's pretty great. I don't want to ruin the bit, but yeah, he's from the South. That's all I'm gonna say.
To give you a small update on my Hoi 4 game, there's apparently been a communist uprising inside France, and I'm in a civil war right now.
Oh no. Well, good luck.
Yep, it might not go well. I don't know. I'm playing on a pretty easy difficulty, so maybe I can stomp him.
If I say stop those red baguettes, is that racist?
Maybe not racist, but probably insensitive or something.
Should I believe that?
No, because at this point you're just... It doesn't actually matter. Oh
I'm
my
just
God,
trying to make a joke.
Me.
It makes me sad. We can't, we can't joke about things anymore.
Yeah.
I kind of like the edgy humor. You know my humor. It's terrible. It's awful. But it's funny. Therefore, it's fine. But it's no longer fine. Oh, I played Duck Game the other week.
It's a duck game. What do I?
That game is made by Adult Swim, and it is a beat 'em up in the same vein, or not beat 'em up, well, kind of beat 'em up thing of like the style of Super Smash Brothers, or Stick Game. Have you ever seen Stick Game?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a duck, and you run around, grab shotguns and laser guns and whatever, and shoot the other ducks, i.e., the other people playing with you, until you're the last duck remaining. And throughout the entire game, you can, it's a key or button press, you can quack. You can just mash the fucking B button to save your life and just quack at people to annoy them.
It's like Goat of Duty. You can bleat randomly.
You know, I've never played that game. I have it downloaded. We've never played it.
We need to play it.
At some point.
Yes.
Hopefully. Lord knows your schedules and my schedules are all fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, you work in normal job hours.
I do.
And I work my weird shitty schedule. I feel like, I don't know. I'm keeping that in. I'm a lazy editor. Alright. What the hell is this whole thing? I'm going to start with ask a man who took an entire day trying to get 10 pixel gaps between this damn Windows anything. What the hell does that mean?
So, wait, I'm just getting messages from a bunch of people.
Oh, tell them to be quiet, that I'm podcasting. On a non-relevant podcast.
This goes with what? So yeah, I decided that I should finally listen to the Uniboomer, who is Luke Smith on YouTube.
Okay.
And he is a big, I guess, advocate, proponent. He's a very anti proprietary software person. So yeah, like anything that is not free and open source, he doesn't want anything to do with it.
Okay.
And one of the things that he was a big, trying to figure out what exactly I'm trying to get at, while also managing the French Civil War. So yeah, so he actually is part of what helped me figure out everything that I know now about Linux. And he and so like he gives a bunch of obviously like tons of advice, and like talks about like or gives recommendations on programs to use and window managers and just various Linux features and stuff that you should probably use for minimalist, but like for a minimalist system that has a really good workflow. And so I oh god, I'm about to get destroyed. But yeah, so he used to use what's called a window manager, which I imagine you can tell, or you can guess what a window manager is.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So he used a window manager that was called i3 Gaps. And what i3 Gaps is a very simple window manager, and it's a tiling window manager. And what that means is it automatically, like when you open a program, it'll instantly be full screen. When you open a second program, it'll pull up that one as if, like, you know how Windows has like the snap feature where you pull the window to the side and it takes up half the screen?
Mm-hmm.
It automatically does that. And then and so yeah, tiling window managers behave in that way. And oh god, I'm fighting a two-front war. But oh god, I did not need all of those to go there. But yeah, so he so that was the one that I was using because he said to use it. You know, it's just like when Oprah says to Oh, I died.
What?
Okay, I
Yep.
lost. So he so just like when Oprah tells you to do something, you obviously have to do it.
Kind of, yeah.
So so I was using i3 gaps, and then he started talking about DWM and how DWM was so much better than i3 gaps, and I was like, yeah, it's probably cool, but like eventually I'll get around to doing it. Like it's not that big of a deal. Well, I finally got around to installing DWM instead of i3 gaps, and DWM is a window manager by the team called Suckless, like Suckless.
Okay,
And
I like the name.
And what they are incredibly minimalist programs that are made to be tinkered with. Like people will can add features and then they release them as quote unquote patches, and then you patch in that you patch in whatever it is, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get that feature basically. I mean, assuming that you don't have to deal with any text errors or something like that, but they're pretty easy to fix. Well,
Okay.
we'll get to that actually.
Okay.
So, i3 gaps, one of the patches is called Fibonacci, and
Oh, God.
what it does is it gives you a Fibonacci spiral when you open new windows. So if I had like 10 windows open, they would be in a Fibonacci spiral.
Why? Why would that be a thing you want?
It's useful for when you're at it's pretty much useful for like 4 or 5 windows on one screen. Like once it gets below a certain amount, it doesn't actually there's probably not much of a use for it. But how often are you going to have 4 or 5 windows on a screen that you're actively using? Because the whole thing is like productivity kind of stuff. Like it's, you want to be efficient with it all, and you don't want windows that are just open for no reason at all. Although typically most people have a terminal open for no reason at all.
I'll say that's my life.
I mean, if you have that's the thing with Windows, you can just minimize things and stuff like that, and in most Linux desktop managers you can do that. Like you can minimize it, but that's part of the glory of the minimalism with Linux, or with these like DWM, i3, BSPWM, things like that. They all, I mean, you can throw them on a different workspace or different tag, whichever it's called, or whichever it would be called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you could technically minimize a program by just kind of hiding it away, but in a lot of situations you don't need that, or you don't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying basically.
Yeah.
I feel like you get the gist, and so I had Fibonacci, and I installed what's called I don't remember what exactly, Vanity Gaps. It was a patch, and Vanity Gaps is it gives you the gaps feature of i3, and the gaps feature is just automatic gaps between your windows, and it helps make it look cleaner, like a lot cleaner. And so when I installed Vanity Gaps, it worked fine for the default tiling format for DWM.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that works is you have your primary window on one side of the screen, and then the rest of them stack on the other side of the screen. Or you can make it vertical where your primary window's at the top and the secondary windows are at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whichever works best for whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so while it was nice, I find more use in Fibonacci than I do in than I do in whatever it's called, and the tiling one. Like it's just straight up called tiling. And part of it is because if I'm I can have Discord on one window and then YouTube in the next one, and then maybe I'm working in a terminal, or actually it would probably be more like terminal on one window, then YouTube, then Discord and one of the small ones, and maybe another one that's maybe another window that's possibly Spotify 2e, which is the terminal based Spotify client. Yeah, but you follow what I'm getting at. Like, I can...
Yeah.
It looks more efficient, and I'll actually show you a picture of what it looks like once I actually get to the part where I actually finally achieve the 10 pixel gaps between the damn windows. Because it was a whole thing, because I had to... I mean, one big thing about suckless programs is that their configuration files, they're not just simple, like, scripts that they have... like scripts where it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example, like something that already says like do this for gaps. Like, it's all coded into it, and the configuration is the configuration of the server, or the I'm looking at Discord. Apparently I'm getting PM'd by people, and I have no idea why.
Tell them to heck off for the moment.
But yeah, so
something happening in the server or something?
What happened, apparently one person is saying that there's a guy who just joined the Advertising server who's a pedophile on an FBI watch list, and then that person also said this guy's a troll and a doxer on a wrecked server. So I gotta figure all of it out.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, honestly, I could just ban both of them. I don't really care.
Ban them both, be done.
Exactly. But yeah, so these are, instead of it being like configuration files, suckless config files are written in C, which is how we get into the next
second topic.
Yeah, the second thing. So they're written in C. So I'm not familiar with C. I mean, I've kind of worked with it before, but I would not say I know how to write something in C. Or if I saw something written in C, I would not say, that's C, I understand that. And so it was definitely a bit rough at first, trying to figure out what it all was. But eventually I figured it out. And after tons of trial and error, trying to figure out how all of it worked, I found out that that the most recent patch for vanity gaps was not on, or the most recent correct patch was not on Suckless, or Suckless's website. There was an updated version that was updated in June, like last month, but it wasn't very accurate, or it didn't help. It didn't fix the Fibonacci part. And so it's a whole thing with, at the moment, I haven't been able to figure out how to easily reset DWM. So what I have to do is close it. It'll close all my windows, and I reopen it, and then it opens then I have to open all my windows again. But there is a way, supposedly, to be able to just hit the quit button and that just resets it. But I had to, after playing with it forever, I finally figured out what I had to do to download this program properly. I started learning what the errors were saying and how to understand them. Turns out, you'd never guess, when you're in a terminal and you get an error, and you read the error, it will tell you what the problem is.
No shit?
You say that. You say that until you get a bunch of errors at one time. Although they're not really errors, they're just kind of like, hey, this is a problem. And then you just kind of ignore it, and then you realize that everything's bad.
Okay.
Yeah, just as long as you don't post in any forums about it, then you're not an idiot.
Okay.
And so yeah, I was messing with that, and I finally figured it out. And after 6 hours had gone by, I quit out of DWM, run it again, and then I opened two tiles. Or actually, no, I opened I opened Firefox, and I had two windows open, so when I hit restart session, it would open both windows.
Mm-hmm.
And the gaps were there.
Yeah.
And I ran around. I was so excited. I did a victory lap. And I will show you what it looked like. Because it's clean as heck. Hold on, I gotta find it now.
I say, I need a photo of this.
Copy image preview. I'll post that memes and pictures.
Okay. Going to
There you
memes and
go.
pictures.
That's with the gaps.
Oh, I like the gaps, actually. That's really nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It's really good.
And that took me all day, and I'm basically fluent in C now. But yeah, so DWM is actually incredible, and I love it. And like as soon as I used it, or as soon as I started using it, I was like, wow, this is so much better than i3. And some people will say DWM sucks. It's not made to be like a primary use window manager, and like it's mostly made to just like play with things. And to that I say,
Heck you.
whatever window manager you use either can't swallow or couldn't swallow until Luke made a video on it. DWM has always been able to swallow.
All right.
You're not gonna ask?
No, I'm just gonna let that one go because I feel like there's a joke in there.
It's
you know what?
not
Fuck it. Yeah.
really a
What do you mean
joke.
by swallowing?
Yeah. So what? So DWM has a patch out there that someone has made where, when you, okay, so typically when you run a terminal-based program, or maybe not even terminal-based program, but when you run a program through the terminal, and like, so like I'm thinking, for example, MKV, it plays videos. When you use MKV, you type in a YouTube link and it'll pull up the YouTube video. It'll leave that terminal window open, and it'll just have the same information that's on the video screen anyway, like normal player information.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, what's the point in that terminal even being there? Like, why can't I just close out and it give me the terminal again? And this happens with a lot of programs. There's also Zathura, which is a PDF reader, has the same problem. I don't remember the name of the go-to window, or not window. The go-to wow, I cannot think of the name now. Image editor. The go-to image editor, I can't remember its name for the life of me. It's a bunch of letters. But it does the same thing. Swallowing, it will swallow that window, replace it with the one that's up, and then when you close it, it opens the thing, it brings back the terminal.
Oh. Okay.
That's a feature that's pretty much only on DWM, and it became a thing on ISP or on BSPWM after Luke made a video on it. And there's apparently, because Luke used to use BSPWM, and then or Luke is also Vim Diesel, or Vim as like VIM. That's a joke. Or he's also the Uniboomer. He's got many names, but he used to use BSPWM. Then he switched to i3. Then he switched to DWM. And apparently the people who use BSPWM and were upset about him switching to i3 now try to mod things. Like anytime he flexes DWM, they try to mod things on BSP or BSPWM so that like just to spite him pretty much, just like flex on him. and so yeah, now BSPWM does have an ability to swallow, but it originally didn't.
Okay.
And yeah. So, does your window manager swallow? The answer is no.
No.
Windows, I mean, I guess with Windows it wouldn't. Windows is not an issue.
I don't really care about it though. It's interesting. Don't get me wrong, but I'm good.
It's not something you run into on Windows.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that one day I'm gonna get you running Linux on something, and you're gonna be like, "Well, this is actually not that bad."
Well, you do it, I will be impressed.
I mean, it's literally just going to be like, hey, you need to do this thing. You'll need Linux for it. Or if I want you to, or if you want to revive an old laptop or something, I'll recommend Linux. I'll tell you to put Manjaro on it, and then you'll be like, wow, this is a lot simpler than you made it out to seem. Because I'm just autistic and like to make things complicated.
I don't want to say we shouldn't say autistic. It's just you have a very certain niche of things you wish to do, therefore you do them.
I like to make things harder than they are.
Yes.
And when I do things, I commit.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I understand. That's like me.
But let me be,
when I commit to doing stupid shit.
I feel like I have more things to talk about, but I don't know. What do you got?
I can talk about my recent problem that I've been having with my tooth. If that seems interesting.
It doesn't seem uninteresting.
All right, cool. So I was brushing my teeth, and my tooth started bleeding, like near my gums. I'm like, okay, this is normal. I brush my teeth, not as regularly as I should. I will admit to that. I'm kind of bad. I'm getting better. Like I will go like I will do every other day and stuff. I need to brush my teeth regularly, but it started bleeding. I was like, this isn't good. But I also remember that same day that I kind of burned not the roof of my mouth, but like near to my gums and stuff. Because I was trying to eat pizza that was too hot, as one usually does. And it hurt like a motherfucker, and still kind of bleeding, like no longer. But anytime I brush my teeth now, I'm very self-conscious about it, and I've had this problem before. As long as I just like don't eat a lot of sugar and eat like softer foods at the moment, now I'm fine. I don't think it's like a cavity or something or gingivitis, so yeah.
You're dying.
Probably. At this point, man, I'll take whatever the world will give me. Terraria went through its last big update, and I had not played it since its last big update, and boy howdy, I like it. I started playing. I made a big, like, large world as I usually do, just to see, like, all right, here's everything, what's going on, and there are stone trees now, like, underground. You go down far enough, there's a stone tree, and if you break the stone tree, you get stone. And I'm like, what did I expect coming from a stone tree other than stone? The answer, I don't know. Just more stone.
Stone leaves.
Like, also, Navi was added to the game. Like, I'm sitting there going through a mine and just doing my normal way of mining things. And all of a sudden, this fairy just pops out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, it's a fairy. What the fuck? And I thought at first, I'm like, oh god, it's going to try and kill me. But no, it showed me to the direction of a chest. I was like, oh, this is cool. Got whatever was inside the chest. And now I can place sand castles in replace of sand. Because I have like a sand castle mold. And so now I'm looking for sand, trying to find sandcastle stuff. But yeah. There's a lot of new things that I need to go look at the update list and see what the hell they did that are just keep going completely blind. Because this Sunday with Babatosh, we're starting up our Terraria stream again, which is nice. I like our Terraria streams on Sundays.
That's good.
Yeah. I haven't done any of my streams. I feel like I need to paint. Oh, I painted something last week. I painted a what is this thing called? It's essentially walls, like a ruined wall. It's like busted and broken, and things are crumbling on it. It looks nice. It's a lot of gray, a little bit of gold, and some red brick, kind of deal. Some pre-made stuff that I just like. I need to paint this at some point. I primed it, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna paint it now. There's some areas that I need to hit again, but it's big terrain, therefore I really don't care. If it's smaller terrain that has a lot of detail, I'll care, but if it's bigger terrain, I don't care. that much. I care a little bit, but not that much. Not that much to fix it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What else have you been up to?
I do have plans for a Hearts of Iron 4 game, which is part of why I've been playing it in the past 2 or 3 days. One of the other mods in Gex, his whole shtick is crusading. I feel like I've mentioned it before.
You have not.
But it's like crusading, retaking Jerusalem, that kind of stuff, or retaking the Holy Land.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's like a meme that's like also not a meme, but like is definitely a meme. Yeah, like he's not like actively racist or anything.
Okay.
It's like yeah,
it's just his stick.
Yeah, it's the meme. And so I suggested to him that like we should play Hoi 4 one day, or I had been suggesting to him, and then he didn't realize that I had Hoi 4 like ever, and then I was like, then I mentioned that I had it at one point, and he was like, and then he was basically like, oh, so, like, do you want to play one day? And I was like, yes, I've been trying to get you to, but I said, like, or he said he was gonna play as Portugal, and I was like, wait, what if we retake the Holy Land? And he's like, yes. So the plan is we're gonna do a game where I'm Italy, he's Portugal, we have another person playing as Germany, we all go monarchy, and then first we help Portugal capture Spain, then we defeat Russia, then we fight Turkey, and then we fight the UK to claim Jerusalem.
Okay. I like this. Oh.
And of course the alliance is going to be called the New Holy Roman Empire.
Of course.
I just realized I'm sitting at a paused game.
Have I ever told you the thing you should watch because it's funny and I think you would like the humor of it, even though you know nothing about the lore and world?
Maybe.
Warhammer 40k, the Emperor. If the Emperor had a text-to-speech device.
Yeah, I think you told me about that before. Yes, I think I saw something about that actually recently.
Yeah, it's in the tabletop. I saw that. I was like, I'm gonna steal that as a topic real quick. You need to watch that because one, it's funny. Two, they now have it's essentially a spin-off. People are playing. It's not D&D. It's called Wrath and Glory. It's the equivalent of D&D in a lot of ways, but not really. For whatchamacallit? For Warhammer. And it's being done by this Zorn the Bear, who also like does some voices and whatever. But it's great. It's funny, and one of their people makes me want to play play in a setting like this, but also doing if I say Adeptus Mechanicus, does that have any does anything come to mind? All right, cool. Here's the basic joke of them: they fuck toasters.
Okay.
That's the basic joke. That is the main basic joke that everything kind of turns into at some point. The Mechanicus think that flesh is weak, metal and machinery and mechanization is powerful. And they believe in something called the Omnissiah, which is part machine, part fleshy bits, but the right amount of fleshy bits. And they think the Emperor, some of the Mechanicus think that the Emperor is the Omnissiah. Others don't, and yeah, Civil War, yada yada. But one of the dudes is named Pi, and he's part of the Mechanicus, and he's funny. I like him. They found an area which is from squats, or not squat. They're not squats. They're rat folk. Imagine a dude that's 2 foot tall, and is not a dwarf. And they constantly eat. That's a ratling.
Okay,
And
yeah, I'm familiar with Ratlings. I think.
really?
Wait, are they in? No, I'm thinking Skaven people.
No, that's Skaven. That's Skaven.
Yeah.
Ratling is just a subcategory of human in 40k lore that got not dropped, but definitely has not been touched upon in about, I don't know, 10 years. Like they pretty much hard drop squats and ratlings. But yeah, they're kind of like the Hobbit equivalent in a way. But they just eat constantly, and the fucking pie gave a ratling child, which is like 1.5 feet, a power sword to kill something called it's like a giant rat thing. But he gave this small 1.5 feet child a power sword. And that's funny, because like a power sword is really, really awesome and like super technologically advanced. But this, he's like, here you go, child. Kill the thing. Man, just, oh god. Oh god. Yeah. It's funny. You should watch text to speech stuff.
Yeah.
You should, yeah.
What I was, speaking of the Gex server, kind of going back to that, I'm pretty sure you can tell which mod is a crusading one.
Yeah.
Just by profile pictures.
Just looking. I don't know which one. Let's see. Out of the 5 moderators, only one of them has a not an iron cross, but a cross.
I don't remember whose cross that is.
Yeah,
it's a saint's cross.
Saint's cross?
It's the cross to symbolize a specific saint. I don't remember which saint though.
But yeah, that one. Red.
Yes.
Redo?
Red. It's his name is Red Paladin, but it's Redo Gecko because we all have to be geckofied.
Oh, that makes sense. Wait, the only one that's not geckoed is the yin and yang one.
No, he is. Yin Skelegecko.
It just says me.
Oh wait, no, yeah, he got rid of his. I thought you were saying yin.
He's no fun.
Yin and yang one.
No, the one with the yin and yang profile picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that it? Like, I feel like we don't have much to talk about this week.
I mean, we are at almost an hour, to be fair.
It's almost.
But I mean, I guess something else I can throw in is, one, somber news. Grant Imahara died of a brain aneurysm, and that's sad.
What the fuck? That made my day sad.
Yeah, I found that out last night, and I was like, "What the heck?" That's a thing.
I found that out at lunch. I'm scrolling through memes, and like, this comes up. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
That's the boy.
No. Grant's amazing. Why you take away my R2D2? Like, he did you know that he made stuff for the R2D2 droids for the prequels? Yeah. Like, no. It makes me sad. What did we, like, in all seriousness, what did we do? Do we just, like, knock over a robot? Or we need to build a robot. We need to build a robot in Grant Imahara's name to honor his legacy.
Yes.
We need to build a robot. Hold on. We need a robot. You gotta help me build a robot.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. What does this robot need to do, though? Come on, let's think about this.
Myths. Solve
myths. We gotta solve myths. Okay. Well, I need to sketch this out. I need to think of something.
It's gonna be an AI. Heck, I gotta learn how to write AI stuff.
Okay, you write AI and I'll voice it. Or
Don't worry, that's only gonna take like 6 years.
Okay, cool. Damn.
At my current rate, it's gonna take like 6 years.
2020 is just fucked.
Yeah.
We're losing a lot of cool people. We're losing like our sanity. Fucking. I don't know what to do in this world anymore, man. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. I'm tired of people. Tired of just feeling, I don't know, not bad, but like, I'm tired of arguing, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
I've been arguing with customers and people, and I just wanted to stop. But I don't know how to go about stopping it.
Have you pulled the card of like, I don't know, I don't remember what it was last week, where you said they told you that wearing a mask is something, and I said that you should say not wearing a mask is whatever they said it was.
Yeah, and I think I did actually use that. No, I was so fucking done with people. I'm like, dude, now, what was it? Wearing a mask is unconstitutional. I'm like, well, you not wearing, or whatever the fuck. I think I said something along the lines of, well, you not wearing a mask just makes me feel unsafe. So wear a mask or don't get food or don't get stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta pee.
Well, that sounds like it's time to go then.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if we should use this Hoi 4 footage because there was not much to it. Honestly, I'm sitting at a pause game right now. There we go. It's going
okay.
Again.
I don't know.
I don't know. I might be able to throw in. Yeah, I'll record some gameplay and then send it to you.
Okay. We gotta do the thing. Podcast stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to find it over here. Thank you all for making it this far into the end of the episode. We forgot to do our mid-roll thing, which our housekeeping that we always forget to do anyways.
At this point, the mid-roll is just the end roll.
Yeah, mid-roll is now end roll. You gotta deal with it. Thank you all for listening. We do have an Instagram account at Average Talks Podcast. We do have a Gmail account where you're supposed to send your Dear Average things, which we haven't done, and no one has done, which is averagetalkspod@gmail.com. Our lovely intro is always done by the wonderful Babatosh. His Twitch will be down below.
I do actually have something that we could talk about, but continue the thing.
I'm going to keep doing this then.
Yes.
There is... my Twitch link would also be down below. I will hopefully be editing this Wednesday and maybe get a stream out. I don't know what I'll be painting, but I'll paint something. We're not doing the one your now Twitch account, right? We're not gonna. No. Yes.
Not. I'm not actively streaming or anything. So it's not
cool. No. All right. And I think that is it. What's the thing you wanted to talk about?
Do we want to put effort into expanding our stuff through like networking with people, like finding other small podcasts and trying to promote each other?
That's the thing. We'd have to garner an audience.
Well, no, the thing is, it's the whole thing is that like they all promote each other, and then you get a smaller audience and you slowly grow.
Yeah, why not?
Like,
fuck it.
We'd have to put some effort into it. We definitely need a Twitter account that's active, but
that's gonna be all you, buddy.
Yeah, we could put the effort into it.
Yeah, no, fuck it, why not? I don't know. Part of me wants to have do Dear Average segments, because that'd be fun. A Dear Average segment would be fun.
I would like to do it.
Lord knows we don't do our fucking news segment anymore.
We could. We could add it back. I mean, now at this point, I feel like enough stuff has gone by where maybe the ridiculous stuff is
over with. But has it
Yeah.
really, though?
Well, like by ridiculous stuff is over with, I mean, not everything, every news story is related to La Llorona.
Yeah. The Coof. Although I think that's still my favorite is just the Coof.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, no, let's talk to people. Let's get things going. And yeah, let's actually put effort. I will put effort in tomorrow. And
Alright.
get everything edited. So yes. Yes. Let's do this.
All right.
All right. Well, Justin, you want to send us off, buddy?
No.
All right, that's where I cut it right there.
Am I actually ending? Yes. Am I doing this?
Yes, please do this.
All right. Well, yes. Again, thank you for watching. Maybe look out for us on social media platforms or something.
At some point.
Yeah. This has been Average Talks. We are two incredibly average individuals. I'm over here moving around the mic, but I'm in mono. It doesn't matter.